We begin our tour with the Linn Building. The Linn Building was erected in 1870. Rumor has it that the ground floor is slanted so that any floodwater would run out. George Thomas Linn was one of the 4 sons of Reverend Alonzo Linn, a professor at Washington and Jefferson College. George was married in 1888 to Nellie Teeters, who later was the first president of the Friday Conversation Club that later became the Monongahela Area Historical Society. George was a pharmacist and opened a drugstore on the ground floor. In 1885, the first switchboard was installed there, and Mr. Linn was the first telephone operator. It was a part-time job, however, and did not interfere with his principal business as there were only 4 subscribers. He later gave up his drugstore and worked for the Monongahela City Trust Company. His brother, Charles Francis Linn's doctor's office was on the other side. Dr. Frank Linn was a veteran and decorated hero of World War I. Throughout the war, he was in close contact with local and district boys who served with the 110th Infantry of Company A. In 1918, he was the victim of mustard gas. The manner in which Dr. Linn was gassed was typical of his self-sacrificing nature. The 110th's history in reporting the taking of Bldg, France, along the Vel River by the regiment notes, Major Robert McKee, Captain Linn, Captain Schindler, and Lieutenant Parsons, and many of the men of the hospital corps were forced to abandon their masks in order to properly take care of the wounded and were severely gassed as a result. Dr. Linn remained on duty at the time, however. Later on, he was ordered to the hospital, a sick man. His calm courage as a soldier won their respect, which he retained through the years that followed the close of hostilities. It was said that no veteran who consulted him professionally in later years ever received a statement for services rendered. He was at one time the superintendent of the Monongahela Memorial Hospital. He followed in the footsteps of his uncle, Dr. George Armstrong Linn, born in 1831. He was a veteran of the Civil War, having enlisted in 1862 in Company G, 18th Regiment of the Pennsylvania Volunteer Militia during the Battle of Antietam. Dr. Linn and 2 others made an attempt to start a hospital in 1882. However, nothing came of this until it was revived again in 1891 by Post 60 of the GAR in an effort to have it erected as a memorial to the soldiers in the Civil War. He earned his medical degree from Jefferson Medical College in Philadelphia and in 1861 married Frances Wall of Borward Township. He made diphtheria a special study and prepared papers for the state and national medical societies on that subject. He practiced in Monongahela for over 50 years until his death in 1908. The alley beside the building still bears the Linn name. A faint sign on the alley side of the building still reads, Vittorio Abadi, tickets to go by sea to Italy. He operated a steamship agency, an Italian-language bank, where immigrants would bring part of their wages to send back to their families in Italy. The vacant lot on the left had been the residence of the Campi family, relatives of Vittorio Abadi. Mary Campi Ferreri Veraldi related that her mother always wished she could move to the Linn Building because its tall windows had much larger panes of glass as compared to her 1845 frame structure and its older style windows. Smaller panes of glass made extra work for Mary's mother when she had to clean them. Eventually, the Campi family did move into the Linn Building and had a grocery store there.